This is CRF3.
Everybody, welcome back to round 7 of the CRF Tier 3 Championship. Round 7 of 8, only one more race to go so far, which is going to be Abu Dhabi next week. Now, Qatar, host of the Football World Cup here last year, and originally designed as a MotoGP circuit, this 5.38 kilometer or 3.434 mile circuit has 16 corners, and as you can see, a lot of elevation change as you come down the start straight. And now let's get into qualifying. So we have 16 drivers here today for round 7. Well then, as you can see, a very, very nice, fast and flowing circuit here in Qatar, and that will be a 1 minute 23.294 for Pedro Marcos. He's going to go first overall with triple purple sectors. Very, very nice display from him. As who will be the next artist? Tony. He's going to go fastest with a 122.0, but then Alexander is going to go even faster. Now F50, he is going to be up to the line next. And yeah, that is fastest lap of the session so far by a good few tenths of a second. That's 4/10 of a second he is fastest by, but pretty expected considering he is our championship leader. Track, this is going to be MJ coming around the final corner, keeping it nice and in the track limits. And where is it going to be? It's going to be within the top 10. Very nice lap from MJ with a 123.3, just about slotting up ahead of his teammate Weezboy. As he now comes out onto the main straight, what's it going to be? It's going to be a 7/10 improvement, and he's going to be, he has just done a 122.9, so very nice, slotting ahead of his teammate MJ. Up to the line, what is it going to be? Still a very slow lap. I just don't think he's got the car set up right. Only a 9/10 improvement, but that is still going to have him 6 and a bit seconds off the pace, and that's a big crash. That's Dark Shadow crashing into Adrian. No damage for Adrian though, maybe a little bit, as Dave Raptors going fastest with a 121.6, but F50 is going to beat him with a 121.3, so track definitely ramping up. But what on earth was that from Dark Shadow and Adrian? But now, oh, Adrian parked in a dangerous position. So we've seen him bouncing over the sausage grips and going very, very wide to try and get out the way of others, but now that's led to a full-on disqualification, so that is interesting to see. So, alright, people coming up to the line now. Dev Tony up to the line. It's a 4/10 improvement up to 7th position. Who is that? That's John up to the line. What's it going to be? I mean, 8/10 improvement. He's going to go fastest overall, as he is usually very close to the top. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 1.5 tenth improvement, but no improvement in terms of positions, as Dave Raptors, 4.5 tenth improvement, goes fastest with a 121.2. Very, very nice. The top 5 are going to be Dave Raptors in the Mercedes, John in the Ferrari, F50 in the McLaren, Alexander in the Haas, and Vickers in the McLaren. So, very nice from F50 and Vickers to get both of them into the top 5, and we will be back in a minute with the race. And then finally, at the back of the grid, but not at the back of the grid right now because he has overtaken loads of cars, is going to be Adrian, who sadly got disqualified from qualifying for not only having some very interesting ways of getting out the way of other cars on their laps. Pedro Marcos in F50 disqualified from the formation lap. And we're going to be racing here in Qatar for round 7 of the season. Dave Raptors, very good job, but John is going to be getting an even better run up the inside. What's he going to do? He's going to go up the inside. Can Dave Raptors hold it around the outside? Yes, he can, as that's the AlphaTauri of Gideon Fiol and the Williams of It's Wolf going out as well, and It's Wolf out of the race at the end of turn 1, crashing out, and Gideon Fiol also spinning out with him. Virtual safety car deployed. As we're going to go green again, coming around the final corner. One of the Williams pulling out wide, and F50 pulling up alongside John. Let's go on board as he goes up the inside. They're going to be 3 wide coming down to turn 1. F50 is just about going to back out. John around the outside, now up the inside of Dave Raptors. Will he be able to get the move? Yes, he will. John ahead of Dave Raptors, but they're going to be side by side again, coming down to turn 4. Oh, looked like John was going to hit Dave Raptors and send John spinning, but nothing right now, as the Haas of Alexander up the inside of Vickers. Very nice move, but Dev Tony, he is also up alongside Alexander, way more than Alexander was alongside Vickers, as the two Aston Martins almost touch. They're going to be almost alongside coming into the final corners. There's contact. Dave Raptors right into the side of John, as now F50, he's going to be on the absolutely right on the gearboxes. All 3 of them are going to be probably very close once again into turn 1. So that is Dave Raptors alongside John into turn 1. He's going to be up the inside. Will John be able to hold the outside and hold the lead? Yes, he will, as he will have the inside through turn 2. But that looks very, very close. Oh, yes, it is very close, because Dave Raptors is right alongside, absolutely perfectly. He'll have the inside for turn 4 and turn 5, and he will have the lead now, as we see Vickers under immense pressure from Tony and Alexander. Tony going right around the outside of Vickers. Up the inside, maybe into here? Nah, he thought about it, but he thought, I'd rather keep my front wing.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Although Dev Tony will be looking to change that by the time they get down to turn 1. He's going to be on the outside. Will he be doing it? Yes, he will, but he's not. He's not going to be able to hold the outside, which is going to give Vickers the run again. But down the inside he goes. Nice move on Vickers. It's been a couple laps running, and it's probably going to be a couple laps staying that way, because Alexander is now right on the back of Vickers. What he's going to do, he's going to be staying behind John, not being able to get a very good run. But John is going to get a very nice run. He's going to be ahead way before they even reach the corner. F50 also having a little bit of a luck, but Dave Raptors just really not getting the run onto that main straight that he would have hoped to have, as we've just lost the information. There we go, we got it back. Be able to get a run. He's going to be a 10th behind. He's going to be on the gearbox behind, even. They're going to be alongside as they come down into turn 1. Very interesting camera movement there. But Dev Tony into the lead. Very nice. As John and Dave Raptors also exchanging... Oh, sorry, Dev Tony not into the lead, into the podium. As John and Dave fighting for the lead as they come down into turn 4. Adrian getting a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And Dave Raptors taking the lead of the race through here. But nevertheless, we will be seeing a fight. Oh, that is very, very messy from John. Locking up the brakes, going into the back of Dave Raptors, and then hitting the side of Dev Tony. He's just lost 2 positions. John, 3-second penalty for corner cutting, and he's going to come into the pit already with his hard tyres. Let's follow him for the pit stop here. Very nice, getting it stopped. A little bit too slow, but nevertheless, very, very nice. About half his battery left. Into the box, he's going to get a new front wing as well, so he's going to go set of hards onto a nice fresh set of soft tires. Adrian has retired from the race, so that is Oh, that is not what we want to see. Adrian out of the race here. He didn't have a very good qualifying. He hasn't had a very good race, and he hasn't had a very good past few races. So, not what we wanted, but probably what some of us would have expected. As you can see, his AI pulling off to the side. Very sad that we had to lose Adrian here, but 13 drivers that we still have on the grid, as we see everyone in the coming down to the hairpin here of turn 6, as we see 13 F1 cars getting ready around the final corners. Dave Raptors, he's booked it out in front already, and he's already pulled a 1 second lead over Dev Tony. Even on the restart, is now F50 on the back of Dev Tony. You can see some fighting here to help extend Dave Raptor's lead. As in the background, we see Alexander and Tony fighting. Oh, wheel banging there. As Dev Tony is going to be forced a little bit wide, and Alexander behind. He is going to be able to get up to 4th position. Dave Raptors, fastest lap, 123.7. But I think we're going to see even faster at the end of next lap, because he will have an even better run. But John, he's going to get a run as well around the outside of Vickers. Now up the inside of Vickers for turn 2. Oh, very, very close scrapping, but oh, it's going to be almost wheel banging as they come down to turn 4. And Gidron Fuel, the guy we saw spinning around at turn 1 on the first lap, now in the points and fighting for an extra point, as DRS is going to be enabled. So 2 tenths is the gap as they come down right beside with a bit of DRS. That's going to be a very nice move, and he's going to be up into P9. So yeah, that is only 6 that Andy Ring has to pull out, and Weezboy's already pulled out 6 tenths on Alexander since the last corner. A nice little pack of 3, Pedro, Andy and MJ, all fighting for the non-points paying positions though, so nothing will be to come from them. As Gidron Fiol, he's left the session, so his AI is going to be driving, presumably a network error, so he's going to be losing a lot of time if he can't get back up, as Svex already passing as they come on to start lap 18 of 29 here at the Lusail International Circuit. Very close and very much alongside, and now very much ahead by a very long way. That's very much varies, lots of varies, as I think Alexander very not going to be getting up into the top 5. Enjoy my jokes while they last. They will not be lasting quite a bit actually. Svex and Marcos, very nice side by side through turn 2 and up through turn 3, although Marcos going to be taking it back. Gidron Fiol, he's now joined back, so he's going to be taking control of his car once again. Car is going to be Weezboy that benefits from whatever is going to happen, as Dave Raptors into the pit lane. That's very bold pitting, not under the safety car. He's going to medium to soft to medium, as MJ is going to get a time penalty for corner cutting, as F15 Dev Tony are going to be fighting Dev Tony up to 12-second penalties. 3 tenths is the gap, but I believe that is going to get a little bit more on the exit of the corner, but then way less down the straight. Although the gap has actually gone down through the corner, and now F50 is going to have DRS, and now he's going to be into the lead of the race, as John is going to be pitting. So let's go take a look. He's going to be onto a nice fresh set of medium. So Dev Tony looking to get the move into the last corner. No way you're going to be able to get that, mate. Just a little too tight, especially with the wall very, very close on the inside. But somewhere that isn't too tight to do it is the main straight. Coming up, pulling alongside, leaving the space and leaving F50 behind as he takes the lead of the race here in Qatar. Round 7 of 8. Only one more race after this, which will be Abu Dhabi. As we have a yellow flag, right as I say we haven't had anyone crashing. We have MJ spinning out a couple corners later. My commentator's curse working its magic right there. as F50 pulling alongside Devtoni now into the first corner, way ahead before they even get to the first corner. No point even defending it, as Svex is out of the race. No damage or anything, no visible damage. So, as I say, no crashes. About almost a lap later, we have Svex out of the race. We're now down to 12 drivers then. So these penalties are going to be very, very big on deciding the outcome of this race. Because if you take Devtoni, 15 seconds of penalties, that would put him 7th right now from finishing 2nd on the track. Who is that behind? That is Dave Raptors and Syndical. Syndical getting behind. So F50 very, very nice and close to Devtoni as they come down onto the main straight. Oh wow, that is really showing how powerful the DRS is. Let's take a look. On board with F50. Oh, so fast from Devtoni down the straight, and Alexander down the straight. He's going to be able to get the move very nice and cleanly. Weezboy looking like he was just almost going to pull off to the side to let Alexander through, which I guess you would want to do, because there's not really any point fighting if they've got such a big speed difference on you. And hopefully we're going to be seeing some nice moves into here. Weezboy, 3 seconds penalty, so that's now 9 out of the 12 drivers getting penalties. As we see lots of drivers swapping positions around. Weezboy into the pits as Dave Raptors only 4/100ths of a second as they come around turn 9. Turn 10. Very, very nice move from Dave Raptors round the outside. And he was fighting for the lead at one point in this race. He's probably not going to be able to get back up into the lead, considering it's an 8-second gap to build up in ever so slightly over 2 laps. Devtoni with 3 seconds of penalties though. So what does that put him up to? That puts him up to 18 seconds of penalties. Although he is going to grab the lead here, so...
Okay mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options if you go and check your MFD.
As now Devtoni and F50 starting the last lap, but Devtoni pulling out a big lead in F50. That's not really going to matter, because F50 is going to win it as long as he can hold it. As let's watch Vickers and Alexander fighting for this last lap. Oh, that's F50 into the pits. Oh my god, what is he doing? I cannot believe this. So it's going to be Dave Raptors, who we really didn't expect considering what's been happening and when he pitted, but he is going to win this race if he is just able to hold on for a little bit longer. Weezboy with the fastest lap though, like we said he would. We've got yellow flag. Oh, okay. Syndical going into AI driver and 10 seconds of penalties. Syndical is now up to 22 seconds of penalties from a little bit of corner cutting, but that was done by his AI and not him. So I don't. Yeah, because 10 more seconds of penalties. So that's 32 seconds of penalties. See, Devtoni. He's going to be coming around the final corner, up to the line. Devtoni. No weaving. Oh no, it's not going to be Devtoni, sorry. It's going to be Dave Raptors up to the line. He's going to win the race here in Qatar. Devtoni, let's just watch him. He's going to be absolutely plummeting down the order as we see Pedro Marcos up to the line next. He is going to be claiming 6th position. F50 claiming 7th. Gideon Fuel claiming P8 after spinning out on lap 1. Weezboy with the fastest lap, and that'll be 2 points. That'll be 3 points in total for Alfa Romeo. Syndical crossing the line as well, but with a lot of penalties. And then Andy Ring with 15 seconds of penalties up to the line. but it is this man here, Dave Raptors, pole to win on the podium, celebrating, drinking some champagne. Well then, here is your final rundown of the order. So it'll be Dave Raptors, Vickers, not F50, and Alexander on the podium, Dev Tony in 4th, John in 5th, Pedro Marcos in 6th, F50 in 7th, Gideon Fuel in 8th, Weezboy with the fastest lap in 9th, and MJ in 10th, rounding up the top 10 in point scorers. And then we have Andy Ring and Syndical further back, and then out of this race is Sphex, Adrian, Dark Shadow, and Wolf. But for me, it is going to be this man here, Dev Tony, in the Aston Martin, driver of the day, and that is round 7 of 8 for the CRF Tier 3 Championship. We hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did, and we'll see you next time.
This is CRF3. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment.